And then we ask, are the negative memories to clear in the blood? So we go to 7.3 on the antenna. Now, cleaning the blood is really important because the blood goes around all of the areas in the body and it carries the charge with it from every beat of your heart. It sends out information, and as it collects back to the heart, it brings information back to the center. When it goes to the lungs, it clears out the stale carbon dioxide and it collects more oxygen, but it also clears energy and ready for the next load of information with the next run through the heart. So keeping the blood running clear, and the blood can be affected by family issues. In the bloodlines, it can be affected by bad blood, so when arguments between people. But in this case, we're using a remedy that deals with infections, and the blood carries our history of our contact with infectious diseases because it carries our antibodies. So cleaning negative memories from the blood is a really good place to work. Okay, so really strong response there at the end. Is that all for negative memories? And is there a useful date for James to know to help you understand this process? Days, weeks, months, years, not to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 21, 22, 23. So 24 years ago, there was something going on in life that got stuck and left a trace in your throat that makes it more vulnerable, or made it more vulnerable. We've now made it stronger again by clearing that resonance from your throat. So you should be less vulnerable in the future to infections in the throat area. It doesn't mean you won't ever get anything happen in your throat, because we are exposed to a lot of pollutants and infections, but it means that you will be stronger in the face of those.
I remember at that time, I felt sick often, just 20 something years ago.
24 years ago, so you had lots of problems.
I went to see doctor twice a week about
Wow.
Yeah, maybe under the stress of job, the course. Maybe.
So you had a very stressful job at that time.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Also,
you for sharing.
The medical is free. Is also so I was free to go to see a doctor. Yeah. That time.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's interesting because our body remembers everything. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. So it's good to clear the things that are not helpful, because we don't want to go back to the stage of needing the doctor twice a week if you become stressed. And often communication blocks are when we're stressed and we don't feel heard, or we're unable to express ourselves. And that makes the throat area more vulnerable to infection. So stress is linked with so many diseases nowadays.